Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Prize Picks video. In this one, we're talking about the NBA on Tuesday, December 12th. And in this video, we're going to have 5 picks for you guys to consider. So stay tuned for the whole video to see all 5 of these picks. Last NBA video, we caught some blowouts, so didn't have the best. I think we went 3 for 5 on the picks in the video, and just know I'm one capper in Dynamo. We have 5+ cappers at all times giving out picks. You can see over here in the private Discord, one of our cappers has been on fire, has been Number. He went 6 of 7 yesterday in the NBA. He's got his picks up for today. Another capper in here, 4 for 5 with their picks. Jordan Love barely missed for them on the 5 for 5, unfortunately. If you guys want to get in on the private Discord to get access to a ton more picks and other cappers, it's less than $1 per day. Check it out. Down below, it'll be the pinned comment and in the description. But for this one, the first pick we're going to go to is Devin Booker. We have a ton of players on back-to-backs on this slate. I think there's 5 games on this slate, but a bunch of teams are on back-to-back, so keep that in mind. We could see some of these players get wiped off the board as well, so keep that in mind. But for this one, we're going to go to Devin Booker on the first one, over on his PRA of 40.5, in a good spot here against Golden State. I think that Booker is going to be in for a big game. It's been, him and Durant all season, basically without Beal. When they're both in the lineup, they still play pretty well together and both have high usage. So liking Booker in this one. Should be a high scoring game. I think that Golden State will keep it close with Phoenix, and they're going to have a ton of points on both sides. So liking Booker. If we come look at this one on Outlier, we can pull him up. They do have a 7-day free trial if you think that you get any use out of this. It's definitely something I use every single day and that you could check out. So in 2023, this PRA you've seen has hit in 8 of 13 games for Devin Booker. Has just missed it 4 times also, 40, 39, 37, 38. And then not sure what happened in this game where he got 18, but basically 12 of 13 games he's been right there, and I think he's in a good spot against Golden State. You can see overall the Warriors are ranked 20th in the NBA, giving up over 115 points per game, give up a good amount of rebounds as well. Not too many assists though, but against point guards, which Devin Booker kind of is playing now, the rankings are a little worse. Good to see for Booker as well. Head to head in this one, Booker, you could see this season in October and in November went over this against the Warriors, 46 and 43. So liking to see this one for Booker. Think he's in a good spot to have a nice game here. Going to lock him in, and then we're going to run it back with a Warriors player, Draymond Green. We're going to go to the over on his points plus rebounds. Taking the over 16.5. Think it's going to be a fair line here for Draymond. He's been having some really nice games as of late, and actually is having a fairly good statistical season overall when the Warriors are in these games. We can see in his last 10, he's hit this in 6 of the last 10, but has hit it in 4 of his last 4 games as well, even including 2 games in here where he only had 5 boards. He has been scoring 10 or more in his last 4. So like to see that from Draymond, scoring a little better. Earlier in the season wasn't hitting this one, but as of late has been really good. And looking over here at the Suns, how they rank, pretty good defense, 13th overall. Only allow the 3rd least rebounds here as well, but against power forwards, they are last in the league in points per game allowed to power forwards, 23rd in the league in rebounds. So I'd like to see that for Draymond. So I like Draymond in a good spot here for rebounds and points. Going to be taking him to run it back with the Booker play. I think it's going to be a high scoring and close game between Phoenix and Golden State. Then for the third pick, we're actually going to use another tool. It's called OddsJam over here. And basically how this works is they allow you to pick any player prop site up here. So we're on Prizepicks right now, but they have Thrive, Underdog, Sleeper, all these player prop sites that you guys use. and they give you their best pick value-wise based on all these other sports books. You got like FanDuel over here minus 136, Fliff minus 150 on these picks. One of their top picks here is LeBron under 8.5 rebounds, playing against the Mavericks. They kind of expect him on the first leg of a back-to-back not to play too many minutes, is what a lot of projections have him on the lower end of minutes, and then just not going as hard as he was in-season tournament play. They like him on the under for LeBron. 9 is going to be pretty high for the rebounds. So we're going to take this into account, and what we're actually going to go to is going to be the points plus rebounds on the under, 35.5. His points props at 27.5, rebound 8.5. I kind of like the under on both these. I don't think he's going to play a ton of minutes, and they could, blow out Dallas here without Kyrie. And they were missing Tim Hardaway last game as well. Dallas is on the second leg of a back-to-back. You could even see Luka rest in this one. Could be a blowout as well. Resting is what we have to take into account in this game. So LeBron on the under is what I'm going to go to for this pick. Looking at this one over on Outlier, 9 of his last 10 games, LeBron has gone under this, including those in-season tournament games. He wasn't even hitting the over on this. In 2023, 70% of his games have gone under this as well. Dallas doesn't rank super well, 21st in the league against points, 28th against rebounds. Versus small forwards, they're a little better. Hasn't hit this really all season. 9 of his last 10, he's gone under, so I'm not expecting a huge game from LeBron. Going to take the under for the third pick, and that one is from OddsJam as well. They helped us find that one. And then for the fourth pick, going to go to Kawhi Leonard. And I like Leonard over on the assist at 3.5. So this is a number for Leonard coming over on Outlier. The Kings, 24th in the league, allowing 27.4 assists per game. It's going to be a fast-paced game. The Clippers are on a second leg of a back-to-back, but Kawhi and Paul George both have been playing on back-to-backs so far this season. Only 10 of 22 games so far, just under 50% that he's hit this, but in the last 4 games, he's gone well over 4 every single time, 7, and then 3 games with 5. Some additional insight we have over here. Leonard has gone over 3.5 assists in 12 of his last 17 games against bottom 10 scoring defenses. So another good stat to look at for Kawhi Leonard. Outlier definitely will give you a bunch to look at over here, liking this one in a fast-paced game. And so far, there hasn't been any news of anyone sitting on back-to-backs. That includes, Luka, Kawhi, and Jokic. And Jokic is the next guy we're going to go to. We're going to take Jokic on the under, though. And we're going to go to under on the PRA for Jokic, 51.5. He hasn't been putting up massive statistical games now on the second leg of a back-to-back against Chicago. You may think that his minutes could be down. His just effectiveness could be down, could be a little tired on a back-to-back. There's just so many factors that don't really benefit him. The one that does is probably looking like a pretty good matchup against Chicago, unless they do blow him out or his minutes are restricted. But with Jamal Murray back again, if he plays on the back-to-back again as well, just going to be less stats for Jokic. We could see his last 3 games, 42, 44, 47. Hasn't really touched this. Phoenix 42 against Sac in a great matchup. Got 63. You can look at this one on Outlier. So we can see it is a pretty good matchup here. Chicago right in the middle of the pack, 15th ranked in points per game allowed, but they allow a lot of rebounds and assists. But we could see Jokic in his last 5 has been struggling. 57% of the games so far this season he's hit this. Had a crazy stretch here in early November of hitting the over in this. And then we can see another really cool thing you can do on Outlier is just look at games this season with Jamal Murray. So you could see 57% of the games he's hit this in total. But if you look at games where he's played with Murray, 4 of 11 games he's hit this one. So that's looking good for us. It's going to be 7 of 11 games if we flip this to the under. that he's gone under 51.5 with Murray playing. So, there's been no news as of this morning of any of these guys resting at all across the board. Bunch of back-to-backs. We have, Clippers, Mavericks, Nuggets, but right now, no one resting. So if these guys rest, they could be taken out of the slip, but as of right now, they shouldn't be. And a lot of these guys have been playing on back-to-backs. And I'm just one capper in here. Like we said in the beginning of the video, we have 5+ other cappers in here. Parlay had a big 4 for 5, just missed Jordan Love by like 10 yards or something for the 5 for 5 yesterday. And Number's been on a crazy streak, was 6 of 7 yesterday with their picks. And then over the weekend, hitting a 2-pick slip, as well as tennis and soccer bets over here. So definitely get in here. We have cappers giving picks on all sports, just their favorite picks in here. So definitely check it out. Less than $1 per day. We'll see you over in the private Discord, or subscribe to the channel. We'll see you in the next video.